We hadn't done real well so far. In case any of y'all hadn't seen or heard, I believe y'all probably have. We've come up on the short end of the stick first 3 times out. We played real well in the first half of just about each game. Well, first 2, we played not a real good first quarter Friday night against Newberry. 2 weeks ago against Greer, some of you might have seen the replay on TV. We had a real good first half. We were up 14-0, playing pretty well. Second half came out. They made a few big plays on us. We were up 14-7, still into the 4th, I believe. They hit a post play for a touchdown, tied it up 14-14. We had a bad punt snap on the 3 and out. Instead of being able to move right back down the field and take back control, we had a 3 and out and a bad punt snap that ended up, they tackled us on about the 5. So in the course of about a minute and a half, we went from up 14-7 to down 21-14. So it kind of snowballed on us right there a little bit, and we weren't able to generate enough offense. We also gave up a safety on a sack right there in that next possession. So in the course of about 3.5 minutes, we went from up 14-7 to down 23-14. We did move the ball right back down the field, got in scoring position, couldn't convert on the 4th down, and then that ended up being the final score of the Greer game, 23-14. Disappointed obviously with the outcome. The kids were playing the rear ends off, they were playing hard. We had a few mistakes that hurt us, and they made a few big plays. In the course of that game, D. Jennings, stand up. Y'all seen D before. D's a senior outside linebacker, split in for us. D had a big game against Greer. He had 10 tackles. I think 1 or 2 on special teams as well. And he's the only one that gets credit for those tackles. That's the first one there. Only one that gets credit for that. It's not. He got 2 tackles and he jumped on the pile 8 other times. He had 10 legit tackles. Also had a touchdown reception on trap pass. All y'all seen trap pass for the last 45 years. It's just D's turn to catch it sometimes. He caught that for a touchdown. They had a real big game for us and played well each and every week. And he's a senior, and we expect him to continue to get better and better each week. Also, in the Greer game, Donovan Blackman, who we brought the first week, played very well against Greer. He had 8 tackles, 2 of which were sacks. Knocked the ball loose one time from the quarterback, scrambling. He just basically tomahawk chopped it out, made a nice play. He's played well each week for us. Donovan's a junior, split in also, linebacker. Also comes in and plays a little bit of quarterback for us in certain situations. And Donovan had a good game last week against Newberry in those situations. Last Friday night against Newberry, we didn't start out well. First 2 weeks we played good in the first half. Well, last Friday night we didn't start out real well in the first half. We had 2 fumbles inside our 15-yard line with a couple of our sophomore backs that we went right back to. As soon as they fumbled it, told them, we're giving it right back to you. And they ran the ball well after that. But you make some mistakes early against a good team on your 10, 12-yard line, you're going to give up some points. We gave up 21 to start with, and then we started playing a pretty good football there and got down 21-12 at the half. Second half, we struggled once again moving the ball offensively in the second half, which in turn created some problems for our defense. They were able to punch 2 in and ended up being 33-12. They're a real good football team. We should have played them a little bit better. In that game right there, Tashaman Boyd, sophomore, tailback nose guard, as a sophomore, had 7 tackles, 3 sacks, played real well. He's a hard one to handle up there. He also ran the ball, I forget how many times, but he had a bunch of carries there early and scored a touchdown, runs the ball hard, runs it downhill. When you think of a Red Devil running back, that's one of the ones that's next in line to be a good one. And he's a sophomore. We expect him bigger and better things each and every week. Also, Dante Reeder, another sophomore, comes in at running back for us, but has played really well on special teams each of the first 3 weeks. Hasn't had another big play Friday night on special teams. He's down there making plays. And I'm not saying anything Coach Liner ain't going to see on film. So he knows he's got to block 22, and he knows 12, 30, all those guys. These guys have played well. And Dante's a sophomore also. and plays in the secondary for us, and probably gonna get his feet wet against a Woodruff passing attack tonight. So we're expecting some good things from Dante. Tonight, obviously, we've got Woodruff at home, and we don't care what happens with the weather. The only thing that's going to keep us from playing is the good Lord, all right, and the lightning. If there's no lightning and it's raining, we play, all right? Everybody knows that. I know Coach Liner has to worry about going to Malden and playing and worrying about what they've got to say about it, but you guys know us. We're going to play. It doesn't matter who's in the stands when it's raining. We know we're going to strap it up and go and play football right there. Kids been working hard. They're excited about being at home for the first time. Been out of town for 3 weeks. That's just the way the schedule fell. These guys are excited about playing at Wilder Stadium. Y'all know it's a special place. These kids have grown up playing Kill a Man with the bottle on the hill over there. And now it's their turn to take their place between the white lines. They're excited about it. They're excited about playing a real good Woodruff team that's 2-0. Has dismantled Broome and Chapman. They were up on Chapman 49-0 last week at the half. So we know we have our work cut out for us. That's what I'm trying to say. We know our work's cut out for us tonight, but fortunately, we feel like a lot of times if we can do what we do best, which is hold the football, block down, and kick out, and those guys get to stand over there with their hands in their pockets and getting frustrated. And that game plan hasn't changed forever. It's the same game plan tonight. We're going to hold that football. We're going to frustrate those guys that want to score so doggone fast they can't stand it. And if you can do that, sometimes they get out there and they make some of those mistakes. We got a bunch of good kids. We got a lot of good support right here from some of our administration. They've all come for some good chicken tonight. We've had our great fried chicken for 3 Fridays now. We've had to come home and eat chicken that don't taste as good because we didn't do well. All right, we get to play at home. We don't get to eat fried chicken on Friday night at home. All right, but these kids know playing at Wilder Stadium is the only thing that's better than eating fried chicken on Friday. All right, they're excited about it. They're going to play well. Pull for all you guys, Coach Kirk, you guys, Coach Liner. Pull for you and Coach Nichols. Pull for you guys, even though you're going against my alma mater tomorrow night. I like you. I'm pulling for you. I'll pull for Furman the rest of the time, but I'm pulling for BG tomorrow night. We appreciate y'all having us. Thank you for everything. Our kids really appreciate coming. They enjoy it. And thank y'all for everything.
Appreciate that, Coach. All right, Coach Kirk. Had 1 win and 1 loss over the last 2 weeks.
Okay, we've been around the world since we were here last time. We left early 2 weeks ago, having to go to Charleston to play. That's a typical traditional opponent we have a couple times a year down there. But that's where we're at last time. But since then we've won a game and lost a game. 2 weeks ago we did down to Charleston and played Faith Christian, and I didn't know what to expect, but other than what we had done last time we were down there, I think it's 4 years ago, they were not very strong, and I say this at times, some games are over before they start. And 4 years ago, that game was over before it started. We put a lot of points on the board, and they didn't, and we ended up with a win. But they have greatly improved. And it came down to a fourth quarter ball game, and I hate to lose a 2-point ball game when 170 and the other score is 68, but we didn't lose it, so I've still got my job. So we finished it. We had a 10-point lead with about 5 minutes left, and we needed all. We didn't need all that. We didn't need 5 minutes, but we burned 5 minutes somehow and was able to keep the ball in that win. One of the most odd wins I've ever been part of, and I'm old. But we were behind 4 times and regained the lead 4 times, obviously, and ended up with a great victory down there and a great bus ride home. Had a couple of guys that shined down there. Ryan Holmes, he threw for 580 yards. Ended up around 580 yards, had 9 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. I said this. Go ahead and sit down. I said this about 2 weeks ago. We throw it off the bus and we throw it back on the bus. We really do. We throw it all over the place, and it seems to be successful. This past week, I'll get to it in a minute, but this past week we threw the ball a lot. down there in that victory, Noah Stribling. Noah, he caught the last 2 touchdown passes from a guard eligible position. Thank you, Noah, and won the game for us. Last 2 touchdowns was by a guard. We got a formation called Trouble Right, and sent him deep both times, and he caught it. He tells me he can throw it better than he can catch it, but he tells me a lot of things. I tell him sometimes he lives in a fantasy world, and that's okay. We all do. We all do. But those 2 touchdowns won the game for us. We had a 10-point lead, and obviously when you get a 10-point lead, they had to score twice. They scored once and pulled it to 2, and we were able to hang on to the victory down there. Also in that same game, Robert Williams, stand up, Robert, tossed him a ball about 3 times or 4 times, and I think he ran for 180 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Had a wonderful game down there. Thank you, Robert. And then, was just able to finish it off down there and come back with a victory, and it was hard. One of the most unique games I've ever been around. At the end of the first quarter, it was 30-20. First quarter, 47-minute first quarter. The longest fourth quarter I've ever been around in my lifetime. So it was unique. It was hot. At one point, I had 4 starters on the sidelines. Here's where we were. We were down before in the fourth quarter. They were on our side of the ball, or on our side of the field with the ball, all right, going in to score to go up on us by 2 scores. And we flipped fields at the end of the quarter, and they were driving in. One of our guys, I call him Joanna because he's from Joanna, but Austin Foster caused the fumble and recovered it. We go down and score, again, and hang on for the victory. But we had 4 starters on the sidelines cramping, and they had the ball with the lead, and somehow because I thought at that point, I said, this game's over and we've lost. And I told them enough. I've lost a lot of games, and I've won a lot of games. We were supposed to have lost that game. But I appreciate these guys leading and doing a great job. I don't like these kind of scores. I'm the defensive coordinator. I was till halftime at least. But we got to find a way. We got to find a way to stop some folks. And if you look at the next game there, we didn't do a very good job. Maybe a 4-point better defense that next week. But it was a heck of a ball game down there, and just a great ride home. Great ride home. Moving to the next week, we had Richard Wynn. Richard Wynn's a good football team. We may see them, or somebody, I'd like to see them in the finals, but they may play for the final. They're old, got big guys, and they got about 22 or 23, and that's a lot of people in 8 minutes, by the way. So they're a good football team. We were ahead by 11 at halftime, and I was feeling so good about it. Thought we went down early, came back, went ahead of them. They had 20 again. They had 22 or 23, and we had probably 13 healthy. And I told them at halftime, this is going to be a wild second half. And they came out and they scored. We came back and went back up on them 11. And Robert hurt his hip, and they scored 4 times and went ahead of us from there. But they ended up winning. Good football team there. And we're going to need Robert back healthy hopefully this week. Had Chase Brewington, and I've got numbers here. Stand up, Chase. He's had big catches. He had 4 touchdown passes in the first game I referred to. This past week, he didn't have any against Richard Wynn, but he continues to make big catches on 3rd and 4th down. He won the ball game. I call it Ryan was on the first half of the play, but Chase was on the second half of the play. Caught a big 4th down, or big 3rd down at Faith Christian, and continues to make big catches for us. He's a tremendous athlete. About any field you put him on, he's going to excel. He's a basketball player, but we recruited him somehow to get him on the football field. But he does a wonderful job for us. Hey, thank you all. I don't want to talk too long. We've got other folks. We have got Clarendon Hall tonight, who is 2-0. They're a good football team. It seems like everybody I play now is a good football team. But they're a good football team. They'll spread the field and do a lot of different things, a little bit like us. And hopefully we'll play well. Again, I hope we beat the weather, maybe get this game in before the lightning strikes. But come out and support us if you can. I'm sure everybody's got their directions to go, but we sure love you there at Orange Academy. Thank you so much to the Touchdown Club. All right, thank you.